everyone. Every country's government does its best to give the people of its country security, protection and safety. But in many cases, it has been seen that in order to provide security to the people, the top government sometimes starts doing arbitrariness. And to stop this arbitrariness, it is very important to have a good opposition and independent media in every country. There are many media persons in the world who do a great job with the responsibilities that come with this profession, and they try to present the truth to the public in order to give them a safe environment to live in. The example of having safe environment in the country is not only seen in India but is also seen in many other countries of the world, like Philippines' Maria Ressa, China's Hu Shuli, and Russia's Dmitry Muratov are examples of such outspoken journalists. Their journalistic freedom of expression is a unique example of protection of freedom of expression. Out of these, today we will introduce you to the life of Dmitry Muratov. So our story begins about 60 years ago from the city of Kuevyshev in Russia, which is known as the city of Samara, where in a Russian family, the birth of a son, Dmitry Muratov, is being celebrated. From the school till Kuevyshev University, where he completed his graduation, Dmitry learned to put his freedom of speech above everything else always. Dmitry not only wanted for the people of his own country, but he wanted a secure future for the people all over the world. And further, on this issue of security, he expressed ideas clearly, and Dmitry didn't hesitate until today. Perhaps that is the reason why during his graduation he started showing interest in journalism. This is the reason why he started working as a journalist for a local newspaper along with his studies. After working with this newspaper for about 5 years, Dmitry left this newspaper because somewhere in his mind he had the idea of starting such a newspaper which becomes a clear, precise and accurate source of everyday newspaper for all the Russian people, so that his news can create an environment of safety and security. Because like other journalists, he did not want to instill fear in the hearts and minds of the people and did not want to create an unsafe environment. And that's why the very next year, Dmitry Muratov, along with his fellow journalists and other team members, started their own newspaper named Novaya Gazeta. This newsroom started with only 2 rooms, 2 computers and only 1 printer, in which no one would get any salary or compensation. Dmitry started working here as a deputy press editor. During the Chechen War, Dmitry covered the events without caring or fearing for his life, and soon he was made the editor-in-chief of this newspaper board. His journalism was not under any kind of pressure. That's why, in the year 2014, when Russia took over Crimea, that time Dmitry raised his voice against this move of his own government. However, due to his fearless and clear fact-providing journalism, 4 of his fellow journalists had already lost their lives, and Dmitry had also received death threats several times as a warning. But in his long career of journalism, Dmitry had already learned how to deal with all sorts of things. And that is why, for all his efforts to protect freedom of expression in the profession of journalism, Dmitry Muratov was awarded the world's largest prize in 2021, that was the Nobel Peace Prize. Here in February 2022, when Russia attacked Ukraine, then Dmitry once again raised his voice against his government and criticized these policies of the government. And for the protection and safety of the citizens of Ukraine as well as their human rights, Dmitry has shown an accurate and clear-cut image of the war to the public of Russia. At the same time, he critically reviewed all the policies of the government. This attack of Russia has displaced about 50 lakh citizens of Ukraine. These citizens were forced to leave their home, their city, their country and live as refugees in other countries. After the Second World War, the whole world was warned of the consequences of the war, and almost all the countries were trying to avoid the war at all costs. In such a situation, Russia's attack on Ukraine has once again refreshed the memories of devastation in the minds of people. And a fear of insecurity has been instilled in the hearts and minds and souls of the Ukrainian children, citizens and people forever. Dmitry and his newspaper were providing all the coverage of the Ukraine war clearly to the public. But government wanted something else. That is why in March 2022, his newspaper was closed down by the Senate in the name of censorship. However, even after the newspaper was shut down, there was a fatal attack on Dmitry Muratov in the train, in which someone mixed acetone with red paint and threw it on him. This chemical caused severe burning sensation and redness on his body, but he was saved from being seriously injured. Dmitry did not stop even after the closure of his newspaper and the attack on himself. Even now, he was concerned about the children who were forced to lead unsafe lives and refugee lives because of the Ukraine crisis. Dmitry wanted to give those children back their secure future, wanted their secure and safe life back. But they had no other way of helping, and in such a situation, only financial help is the most important and necessary help needed. That's why when Dmitry Muratov decided that he will auction his respective Nobel Prize, in spite of facing many difficulties and dangers and many death threats, life-threatening situations, working hard to speak freely, the priceless award that he received for freedom of speech, it will not be easy for any common man to decide to auction off the award he received for the safety of children of Ukraine. But Dmitry auctioned off this award, and he made up his mind to give away the entire amount directly to UNICEF, so that the children displaced in the Ukraine war can be helped. In this way, trying to give a safe environment to the children of the neighboring country, once again, Dmitry performed his humanitarian duty. Dmitry has also donated his received cash prize of $5 lakh along with his award to make a safe and successful future of refugee children and safety of other countries' children. Dmitry Muratov valued his work and human duty above everything else. And above all, he even auctioned off his priceless Nobel Prize for the safety of homeless children of other country. Had someone else been in his place, he might have kept the Nobel Prize close to his heart for the rest of his life. But Dmitry Muratov, in a fraction of seconds, auctioned off his award for the safety of the children, which made the award even more precious. I hope that you too will try your best to take inspiration from this story and never hesitate to raise your voice at the right time, right situation, at the right place for the safety of others. And y'all will try your level best to make sure a safe home, a safe place, a safe environment can be given to a weak, vulnerable, and a homeless person. Thank you.